What up, it's Brennan here. Welcome back to the Tip Trick series, a series where I teach you a new trick. Today we're going to be learning in what my opinion should be your first switch ups. Now I don't want to spoil what they are yet, but before we get into learning them, I'm just going to give you some recommendations as always. So first off, I'm going to recommend that you're really good at all the sole grinds and the front side and the back side. The front side and the back side are not so important for this whole video, but being good at those, being able to hold like your whole ledge or rail will help you out so much for this. And then my second recommendation will be that you do these on ledge, just because the ledge is a bit safer than rail when you're starting out. But you know, once again, as always, these are just recommendations. They're not requirements. You can do whatever you like, because you know, when learning a new trick, the most important thing is how you feel. So remember that. So the first switch up I want you to learn is the budget switch ups. Now there's a bunch of these. Essentially a budget switch up is just, you do a switch up but one of your feet don't move. Now these are pretty looked down on in rollerblading, but you know, it's kind of doing a 180 these days. People are more accepting of it. I mean, there's no rules in rollerblading, you can do what you want, and I think that's getting more accepted these days. But anyway, examples of these are sole to mizue, mizue to sole, you know, acid to pawn, you know, all of them. Even a sole to grab makio, that's a budget switch up. Now these can be a lot of fun, and I think they're very important to learn. So if you have been avoiding learning them, stop. You should try them out and have fun. I know I personally avoided doing them because I knew about the stigma behind them, and I think it really slowed me down from learning switch ups when I first started skating. So yeah, don't avoid them, go do them. My tips for these, I don't really have many tips for them. They're kind of pretty straightforward. Essentially though, what you want to do is you just want to shift your weight from one grind to the other. You can step it, you know. Choose whatever one feels safest for you, you know, like if you like mizue, start mizue. If you like soles more, start sole. And, you know, just shift your weight. If you can do a makio grind freestyle, you can do all these switch ups, I'm telling you. So if you can do a mizue, then you just want to bring your foot off and step around to a sole. Should be very straightforward. Now, there's not really many other tips I can give on that. You can't just have to go out and learn it. If you can only do this where you tap the first and the last trick, that's fine. But just keep working on it. See if you can get really confident on that first and last trick. You know, really feel like you're going from one to the other. Feel like you're actually holding those grinds, not tapping it. Because that'll help you a lot with the future switch ups I'm talking about. If you haven't mastered front sides and back sides yet, then feel free to just work on the budget switch ups, get real confident in them until you've picked up the front sides, because that'll help you a lot with coming to the next step, which is learning one of two switch ups, the first full-on 2-foot switch ups, which are these. So these two will depend on what trick you're more confident on. It's either going to be the mizue to front side or the sole to back side. Choose the one with the first trick that you feel most confident in. So if mizue is your safe trick, do that one. If sole is your safe trick, do that one. But also obviously if you prefer front sides to back sides, you know, switch it around then as well. Now I have the same quick tips for both of these. It's pretty much exactly like the budget switch up. Think of it exactly like the budget switch up, except when you come around to the last bit of the switch up, do a little jump off your makio foot to bring you right around. If you're really struggling to get that second trick in, you should work on getting the grind under your body. Make sure your feet are under your body for it, and try to get a little bit lower too when you're on it, and look towards the end of the obstacle, and it'll help you hold it to the end. And that works with every trick, like I always say. Also, what I find helps if I really can't get that second trick is to really just think about the second trick. When I'm coming up, almost completely forget about the first trick in the switch up, just think about the second one. And you know, just think, get to the second one, and then usually you'll get there. Be careful though. If you can only manage to tap the very end of the ledge, don't worry about it, that's fine. I'll count that for you as well. It's a good place to start. Just keep doing that to build your confidence up. Eventually you'll find that you just trust that front side or the back side at the end, and you'll just be holding it forever. And once you've landed 3 of either of these, or both of these, if you're super good, then you've officially learnt your first real switch up. And I say real in quotes because honestly a budget can count as a switch up if you're not overthinking it. And that's all the tips I have for your first switch ups. Let me know if it helped you out at all, if I inspired you to actually think of what your first switch up should be. I know that all the videos I've seen like this have been very out of touch, the ones I've seen that people have made already, where you know they're doing a trick that's like I couldn't do myself. I've been skating for like over 10 years, so you know obviously that doesn't work. I think also a lot of this is very personal, you know, like myself. My first switch up was either a unity to sole or a sole to uni. You know, that's a bit more advanced in these switch ups if you ask me, but you know, everyone's different. So do whatever comes natural to you. You know, I'm gonna be trying to make more tip tricks, you know, diving into every trick. There's so many to teach. So if you wanna see that, remember to subscribe down below. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, guys. Huge shout out to my patrons, Adam, Kevin, Deb, Dennis, Fabian, Floey, Freaky Geeks Podcast, Mark, Matt, Mike, and Tage. Appreciate you guys a lot, and I'll see you all next week. Peace out.